Good morning. Good morning. Episode 11 of Broadcast Delta. Today we are going to be covering outreach, essentially the way that I go about outreach and the custom built strategy and system that I've built for myself and my team and what we use to actually do outreach. So I'm not going to show anything that's actually paid because I know when you're starting, it really is important to try and do things without having to spend any capital or have to have any capital. And when it comes to outreach, there's many different ways you can do without actually having to spend any money and go actually try and acquire these clients. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through my approach. And we're going to start with Google Maps. And there's a really powerful way that you can use Google Maps to essentially just find people that you're trying to actually engage with. And so we've talked before about exactly what it is you need to do to actually figure out who you're working with and who you're trying to actually target to be able to work with. So once you know all that, then you can go in and you can actually search for these. So this works mainly if you are working with businesses, like local businesses or businesses in your area or businesses that you can look up on Google Maps that have like a physical location, right? So essentially what you're going to want to do is, depending on your niche and what you're looking for, you're going to go into Google Maps. So you're going to want to go into Google Maps and search for, let's say, car dealerships. And what I'm looking for essentially is different listings on Google Maps that showcase like a low review number on Google Maps. And these are going to be the ones that are mostly potentially not actually doing outreach. This is what I'm looking for, at least as far as social media marketing goes. Because social media marketing, when it comes to social media marketing, we're trying to find businesses that could be better. And then we go in and essentially we offer to make their business better and increase their revenue. So when it comes to doing outreach on Google Maps, I'm looking for a low number of reviews, which means there's low amount of traffic running through the Google. And then normally once I find this kind of piques my interest, where I see 4.7 stars, but only 7 reviews, right? This first one, 2,323, that's a larger dealership. That's probably something that would be more difficult to try and get in conversation with and actually bring on as a client. So going for these lower numbers will actually allow us to have a higher chance of being able to get in conversation with them and be able to actually offer them what it is that we do, our services that we provide. So the next thing that I do is I go in and I essentially check out their website to see what their website looks like. So this is a very, very basic website. Definitely a lot of improvement that could be made on this website. You know, it feels a little amateur, if I'm going to be honest, right? And especially when you're trying to buy something at a higher ticket with people, you want to make sure that they feel comfortable with the quality that you're providing them, right? Because the whole customer experience is really, really gonna allow you to maximize the amount of people that you convert into actual paying clients. So when it comes to that, so something I'd offer this business would be, hey, look, your website is lacking. I found that your website was lacking, and I'd love to help y'all make it better and essentially explain to them like the funnel and the different things that you could essentially help with. And that would be actually farther down the line once you get into like a discovery call. But what you're going to want to do first is go ahead and write this down. And there's actually a CRM that my business partner Grant made, and this is fantastic. This allows us to do our outreach. This is our entire CRM, and all these numbers, everything here is pretty much public knowledge. So this is not personal information. None of this is stuff that y'all essentially shouldn't be seeing. So we should be good on that end. So essentially what we got here is the industry that we're in, where we found them, their number, their business, their address, website, social media, and essentially the notes that we take on where the business is. And you can see here, I look a lot on the website because we do build funnels, and we essentially funnel clients through paid ads, social media marketing, different outreach methods and inbound methods to be able to then bring them to the website to then essentially turn them into a paying customer, right? And if their website is lacking like this one is, then that's it's essential that they actually get a better website, because this is crucial. This is going to be the last thing that the customer sees before they actually want to get in conversation with the actual dealership to buy a car. So if I go and I check cars, let's see what they say. Like I'm sorry, but this is, oh man, this is hard to look at. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, who would want to buy a car from here, especially if it's like a higher end car? It looks like they do a lot of older cars, but if they were to essentially elevate this, get better pictures, and structure this in a better way, they could make a lot more money through conversions, right? So write that down. I would write that down in my actual CRM in the notes, and then I would get the business, I would get the actual industry, I would get the lead acquisition, I would get the phone number, and put all that information in, so then I can go ahead and keep a list of the people that I've talked to or plan to talk to. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put this person into the leads list, just to kind of showcase y'all doing outreach and what that looks like. So I got it on Google Maps, and this is the number. Copy the number over to this. See, it's a process, and it does take time, but once you really understand how this works, you can knock this out in a couple hours, or even just 1 hour, depending on how effective you are with filling out your list and then knocking out all your KPIs for the day, key performance indicators, right? So I copied their number, copied their web. Oh shit! Now I copied their website, and then I'm gonna put in a note. Website is lacking. Needs As you can tell, I am typing very fast, so I made a few mistakes. And then it populates up here, showing the date and everything for where this is going to be. So this is the way I do Google Outreach, right? So now what I'm going to do, now that I've found the website, I've added them to my my CRM. I'm going to go in and actually look at their social media to see what that looks like. So it looks good. They only have 45 followers, but I mean, it could be a lot better, and also they could get themselves more out there. I mean, this is very amateur, very basic, and me personally, I wouldn't buy a car. I wouldn't buy a car from these people. I wouldn't necessarily trust them 100%, just because the quality and the attention to detail isn't there. When you have attention to detail in your funnels and like the way you showcase your brand online, that is a big, big indicator. A lot of people look at your website, look at your social media, and look at what you do and why you do it, and take interpretation of that to even consider wanting to work with you, right? So if you're a business and you don't have a website or a social media presence that is solid, a solid foundation to build off of, then it's not going to go very far, and you're not going to build that customer relation for other people to refer or even want to work with you again or buy another car from you in this scenario. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go in and do a cold call live, and I'll go through my outreach method. I'll go through my outreach method real quick as far as the cold calling script. So this is my cold calling script. This is one of the few that I've kind of come up with and tried to use. You know, it's something new that I am trying, and I actually ended up finding this script from a guy called Jordan Pelton, something like that. Look him up on YouTube. He has some great information. He has some great information on outreach, SMMA, how to do marketing, how to do all this stuff. And if you are trying to learn more about that, then go check him out. He is fantastic. He knows what he's talking about. So essentially what this is I'll start here. Hi, is this the owner of whatever business you're trying to call? And then if it's not, then you go to the gatekeeper. So maybe they pick up and it's an assistant, and they're trying to communicate with you. Like, these are some objections that you may get. And maybe they say like, no, they're not in right now. Can I take a message? It'd be like, no, see, the thing is, I would like to discuss, what I'd like to discuss is a little complex to leave a message. Maybe you could help me. Is there a time where I could actually get in conversation with the owner? Would there be a better time for me to actually communicate with the owner? when would that be? I just need 2 minutes of their time, something along those lines. And it flows better when you're actually in the call because you're communicating with somebody and they're reverberating that back to you, right? And essentially what you're trying to do in this gatekeeper section is you're really just trying to be as friendly and nice as possible, not too pushy, not seem salesy, because people want to build relationships with other people. People want to communicate with other people. And if you're not communicating with other people in the right way to essentially just talk to them like a person, they are essentially most likely not going to want to. What is happening? Sorry, technical difficulties for a sec. But essentially, they want to be talked to like a normal person. And if you aren't talking to them like a normal person and you completely disregard them, there's no way they're going to want to help you. So you have to make them want to help you by being nice and just being genuine and being like just a normal person, not trying to sell somebody on something. And that's the same approach that I take with actually talking to the decision maker too. So it's really like, are you taking on any new clients? Are you trying to bring on new clients and new customers? That kind of thing. If I got in conversation with the decision maker, right? So actually, let me back up. So once you get into this area where it's like, oh, can I take a message? You essentially just want to see if there's a better time or if they can help you get in conversation with them. Maybe there's another number you can call or another email you can get to be able to actually do some outreach with them. So it would be like, when would be a good time for me to reach the owner? For literally just 2 minutes. I just need 2 minutes of their time. Is later on to next week a good time? Just trying to like communicate with that with them and almost like understand their schedule so you know what the best time to actually talk to them is. And then of course I'll log all that information into the CRM to then follow up later on. And let's say I get in conversation immediately with the decision maker. Jesus, I cannot speak English today. No hablo inglés. And essentially, so let's say, yes, I am the owner. I'd be like, great, this is Aidan. I just have a quick question. Are you taking on any new clients? Are you trying to increase your business and your customer base? That kind of thing. And if they're like, oh, no, not interested, they give like a negative response. You'd be like, okay, yeah, no worries. But just before you hang up, I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. I just want to arrange a time where we can have a quick meeting, get past this awkward cold calling stage. So I can just share some ideas with you. There's no obligation, it's completely free. You can take my ideas and implement them if you'd like. I just have some information that I think would be valuable to your business and help you get to that next level, right? Just trying to communicate with them that you're just trying to help them. You're not trying to sell them, but you're trying to help them, right? You're just selling them in the cold call, not on what you offer, but a meeting to then communicate what you offer. You give them a surface level basic elevator pitch, and we'll kind of go over that in a sec. And let's say they say like, yeah, no, I'm trying to increase our customer base, that kind of thing. It's going to be like, awesome. Well, I help local businesses get more customers without having to do anything extra themselves. I generate the leads, and then on your behalf, I drive them to your business to increase your revenue. And if I don't get you at least 10 new customers in the next 30 days, you won't have to pay me anything. Would you be against getting into a quick meeting? A quick meeting to discuss further, something like that. It's like you don't read word for word. You memorize the script so that you can then divert from the script. So you're not reading off of it, because that will actually, people can tell when you're reading off of something, right? I don't know if you can tell I'm reading off of this. I'm pretty sure you probably can, but it's like people can feel that. It's the energy that you put out and the way that you're saying things. If you're reading things off of a screen like a fucking robot, no one's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to try and actually help you, right? So you have to have some passion, some tonality, some kind of energy behind the way that you're speaking to actually get in conversation with those people. And then service explanation. Let's say just right off the bat, they're like, okay, just tell me what you're trying to do. Tell me what you do. So we use a combination of social media, paid ads, email marketing to essentially generate leads to drive more traffic to your business to increase revenue. I'd love to run through it all in more detail. Do you have 15 minutes tomorrow or early next week? Something as simple as that. And then you go in conversation with them and schedule something out, So now going over all of that, I am going to first go back here, go into outreach, and we will assign this to me today. Oh shit, where is it? Elegant Auto. Okay. And we'll assign that to me. All right. So outreach methods, going to be a cold call, follow-up date, outreach, social media. Oh shit, I didn't even, yeah, okay, that's on me. I didn't end up saving the social media. So I have the Google Maps and the social media. And their website. All right, now everything should be in there except I don't have an email and I don't have a first and last name for the owner, right? There are certain tools that you can actually get to end up scraping the internet to be able to actually find who the owners are, what their name is, what their personal contact is, and what their email is, right? But that you have to pay for that. And I want to really just show y'all how to do this for free. Airtable is free. Grant is fantastic with Airtable. Go check him out on his Instagram, Grant Gleason. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like he may have shared some information on this before, kind of showed y'all how this may work. I'm not going to explain his creation. I'm just kind of showing y'all how I use it. But he's done a great job with this, and we're going to continue to use this. So let's go to outreach. So now we have all the information here, and I'm going to go ahead and get into conversation. Okay. 1, 3. Okay, let's just double check to make sure this is in Houston. Yep. Yep, in Houston. It's actually not too far from where we're at. So it is opened at, what time was it? 9. Okay. Just double checking to make sure I'm not calling them when it's actually not open, because that would essentially be a waste of my time. Okay. And it's always nerve-wracking, you know, it's always nerve-wracking going into a cold call, but you just have to fucking send it.
Hello?
Hi, am I reaching the owner of Elegant Auto?
What can we do for you?
So I'm not going to lie, this is a cold call, so I do have something to offer your business. Do you have 30 seconds?
No, thank you.
Okay. Tough, unfortunate. All right, we'll go on to the next one. I went off the script because I didn't know if they were actually the owner or a gatekeeper, so I just went into it and was just kind of like telling them. They didn't seem like they had enough time to actually get in conversation, so I was just like, screw it, we'll go off script. And that is actually what you just saw. That's the script that I used in the past, and I actually did find some success with that, where it's like you actually go directly into just telling them, this is a cold call, I'm trying to sell you something, I'm trying to sell something in your business. Because certain people just want it to be like super, super quick and don't want to waste their time, right? Because if I went down the rabbit hole of kind of saying all of this, I should have asked the question, are you taking on new clients? See, even I forget sometimes to read the script, because it's like sometimes you have to interpret what it is that they're saying and how they're saying it to kind of navigate around that, right? And I'm not the best at outreach by any means. You know, I'm still learning as I go, trial and error, trying to figure things out. But this is essentially the way that I do it. So let me load up one more to kind of just really show y'all how this works. Gulf Coast used cars. Let's see. No, it doesn't even have a website. Yeah, no, I'm good. See, there's like, even though it doesn't have a website and it would probably be easy to get them to hop on as a client, I wouldn't want to work with them personally. Impact Auto Sales. What even is that? Impact Auto Sales. Hidalgo. Damn. Okay, hold up. I just realized I'm not showing what I'm looking at. I'm so sorry for that. Let's see. Let's find something else. RNS Auto Sales. Okay, so auto parts, I believe, but that doesn't seem very professional to me. Mr. Cars LLC. Okay, let's go for detailing. $150, 106, 13. Scrub would. Wait, hold up. I feel like I've actually reached out to these people before. Yeah, no, I definitely reached out to these people before. I'm not going to go back and bother them. They weren't interested the last time I called them. So let's move on. Elite Luxury Wash, mobile detailing. We'll go for that. We'll see what their website looks like first. Elite Luxury Wash. Go to this domain. Okay, I'm so confused. See, this didn't take me to a website. It took me to a domain, which it doesn't even seem like their stuff set up, but at least they have a domain, right? So they are open, and I can see their number right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into the CRM, and let's run it back. Let's run it back. See, it's like you gotta take it on the chin, right? Let's see, company name. Oh shit. Oh, they don't even have an address. I mean, they are a mobile detailing business, so I mean, I don't know if they probably don't have a physical location. So eliteluxurywash.com, 832-923-4504. Address, company. The website's like, I still don't understand why their website, like, I can bring that to their attention, that's for sure. Company website. So this time I'm gonna stick to the script. I promise. I promise. Okay. All right. 18332. All right. Elite Luxury Wash. Hi, is this the owner of Elite Luxury Wash? Oh, my phone's about to die. This will be the last one my phone's about to die.
Hello.
Hi, is this the owner of Elite Luxury Wash?
Yeah.
So great. So my name's Aidan. I just had a quick question for you. Are you taking on any new clients right now?
Not right now.
Okay. Why is that?
I've been handling a whole bunch of other stuff, so I haven't had time to do it right now.
Oh, no, that's understandable. Would you be able to bring on more clients right now, or is that like kind of out of your capabilities at this point?
Yeah. At this point, I can't. Yeah, I ain't got the time.
Okay, no, that's good to hear though, right? You're staying busy and you're definitely putting in the work.
Yeah.
So I guess my question would be, at what point would you be considering bringing on new clients?
I don't really know right now, but when I get some time, I'll probably be able to get college and stuff.
Okay, yeah, just save my number. My name's Aidan Newkirk, and I kind of just give you a general overview of like what we do and what we offer. Is that okay?
Well, you got to get me a call back. I'm heading somewhere right now.
Oh yeah, no worries. I completely understand. Well, I'll give you a call back in later down the line.
All right.
Hey, take it easy. See, I was in conversation with them, so that was good. Being able to actually just talk to them and see where they're at currently and what they're trying to do. They're actually trying to bring on new clients. Because if they're not trying to bring on new clients and they're already exceeding essentially what they're able to actually provide, like if they have too many clients and their quality is dropping significantly, it doesn't make sense to keep bringing on new clients. So asking them if they're bringing on new clients, and if they're not bringing on new clients, and trying to understand why they're not doing that. If it's a lack of not being able to get new clients, then that's something we can solve. But if it's just purely their business cannot sustain new clients currently, then that's a different issue, and that's something that we can't necessarily resolve. We don't go into businesses and essentially revamp their entire business structure and their systems. We don't do that. So I'm pretty satisfied with that one, I do have to say, even though we did not get into the actual conversation of potentially working together. He just not necessarily interested at this time, so I'm going to put just not interested on the CRM. So let's see. Oh shit, I forgot to add it in. Yeah, elite luxury. And then not interested, cold call, and we'll add a note. Just do it with my voice section. All right, and I'm gonna say that is a wrap for the cold calling. My phone is about to die. It is on 2%. So don't want to be in the middle of a cold call, almost book a meeting, and then just fucking drops out. That would be very, very tragic. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Instagram outreach and how that works. So when it comes to starting out and trying to get in front of these businesses, in front of these people that you're trying to actually work with, the method that I just showed you will work for businesses. Getting in front of businesses and doing B2B, business to business offerings, right? Trying to help other businesses do certain things. Instagram can be used in the same way, but cold calling is not something that you can necessarily do for individuals or certain people that you're trying to get in conversation with directly, rather than trying to get in conversation with the business owner or a business, right? So Instagram is a more direct way to get in conversation with an actual person and the specific person that you're trying to actually communicate with. So essentially the way that I structure this is, first you want to make sure that you have a solid Instagram page. Here, give me 1 sec. Oof. Starting and stopping. Sorry, guys. So essentially, you want to set up your Instagram first. The first thing you need to do is have at least 6 to 9 high quality images of you, your personality, and what you do, and just showcasing yourself. You got to remember that this is essentially you representing yourself in what you do, showcasing yourself, who you are. And this is going to be the make or break. If someone is texting me on DMs, I'm going to go to their profile before I even respond. That's just how I am. I want to see who I'm talking to first. And if you don't have good quality pictures, they're not going to see you as essentially an authority, especially if you're in social media marketing and your profile looks terrible. It's like, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. You're trying to offer something that you haven't even done for yourself. Like, it doesn't make sense. So you have to have at least some quality content, not content, but images of yourself and what you do to showcase that you are an actual person and not a bot. And once you actually get that down and you have a few images of yourself and what you do, maybe a few cars or whatever it is that you want to showcase about you and what you do, you go ahead and start beginning outreach. And the way you do this is you identify the business owners and potential clients by searching on Instagram. using hashtags or just using the search bar. You can go into the feed, or you can actually go into accounts to see who has directly had accounts and different things that are associated with what it is that you're trying to, the topic that you're searching, right? And yeah, so this is essentially going to be your ICP, your ideal customer persona. And if you haven't figured out who your ICP is, then you should not even be considering outreach yet. You have to know who you're trying to get in conversation with and talk to first before you even attempt to try and get in conversation with these people. Essentially, that's going to be shooting in the dark, and it's unfocused, uncalculated, and essentially a waste of time. And then next, you're going to start engaging with the prospects. Start following the clients, like a few of their posts, and even you could leave a comment if you like one of their stuff, right? So start following them, like a few of their posts, and then you can go into the DMs and just say, hey, just start a conversation, because this is the same thing as with cold calling. You're not trying to sell your service through the DMs. You're trying to sell getting in conversation and then talk about it. So it's just a conversation. Just talk to them like a normal person. They're just another person in another day that you're talking to. You know, there's thousands of people you probably meet every single day that you may never see again, or not necessarily meet, but interact with in some capacity. So it's all you have to do is just say, hey, just talk to them like another person, and kind of get in conversation. Let's say you get a response, and then you say, hey, how are things on your end? You know, how are you doing? How where you from? You know, that kind of thing. Getting into a conversation with them. And then like down the line, just kind of trying to get in conversation of what it is they do. You probably already have an idea of what they do. That's why you're trying to talk to them, but you want to frame it as if you don't know, so you can get more information about how you may even be able to help them. Because let's say you're in conversation with somebody, and then you're talking to them, and you're able to actually then be able to say, okay, yeah, look, I have been able to, I have this issue in my business. This is the actual person that you're talking to. This is from their perspective. So like, yeah, no, I do this. This is my business. This is the strategy, but like, we're trying to scale and grow right now. So it'd be like, talk about the business, and then you ask like, oh, that's awesome. So what are you working towards specifically with your business? You know? And they'd be like, oh yeah, no, like we're trying to scale, we're trying to grow, but we're having issues with gaining new clients. That is the golden fucking ticket. When I hear that, oh my gosh, dude, that is like, they're already sold in my mind. I'm just like, yep, okay, yeah, I can do what you need, and I can offer you exactly what you need and what you just told me you need. You don't want to sell something to somebody that doesn't need what you're offering. That also goes back to the cold call. I was talking to him, and I asked him if he was bringing on new clients, and if he wasn't bringing on new clients, then essentially he is not interested in being sold on new clients, because he's not looking for new clients. He's not interested in new clients. It's not that he's not interested in new clients. It's just that's not what he's focused on right now. So it's not relevant. It has to be relevant to their situation and what they're doing. It has to solve a problem that they have right now. And it doesn't seem like he has a problem with the clients, right? So essentially you want to frame it from that standpoint. Are you working towards anything specific in your business right now? You know, and kind of talking about that. Show interest in providing help. You know, and then you would say, and what do you feel you'd need the most right now? Help with? What would you need the most help with right now to achieve that? What is it that? Why aren't you where you want to be? I know this is where you want to be. You just told me, but why? Why aren't you there yet? What is stopping you from getting there? And essentially, that's the problem. And then the solution would be you. And this is framing from a standpoint of social media marketing. You can use this and tailor it specifically to what you were doing. But this is what works for me and my business, because we are a social media marketing agency, and we offer our services as social media marketing, right? And digital marketing and outreach, that kind of shit. And essentially, once you get in that conversation, they're like, you showed interest in trying to help them and just trying to understand like where they're at in their business. You could just propose a call. Like, hey, you want to hop on a call to see if I could potentially help with that? You know, like I actually offer that. Like, would you want to get in a conversation, just kind of hash out some ideas and just see how I'm able to help you get to that next level or get to where you're actually trying to be, right? And you're framing it from a standpoint of a friend trying to help a friend, because like I said, going back to what I was saying earlier, people don't want to be sold. They want to build relationships. And I feel like the best thing nowadays with outreach is building relationships. Nobody wants to be cold called and sold on a surface level. They want to go. It's like superficial, right? The salesmen act superficial, and people can feel that. People don't want anything that's superficial. They want to feel like that genuine connection, that genuine emotion that comes along with that connection, and you're actually trying to help them. This is how I've gotten the most results, being able to talk to people like directly rather than like directly on like an emotional level rather than actually superficial, because people can tell that and then they don't respond. They just don't respond. It just doesn't work. And then once you actually get on the discovery call, this is essentially how you're going to frame it. So you could go directly into an IG audio call that's free, so you don't have to use your phone number or anything. You can call them directly because you're already in the DMs. You could do like, hey, you got a quick sec for a call? You can just hop on a call and just kind of talk about what things are going on. And then you'll stage, right? There's 9 different stages. Building rapport, essentially outlaying the agenda of like, hey, look, like, so like, where are you coming from? What are you talking about? Like, just like that surface level kind of conversation before you get into an actual conversation, right? And then the agenda would be like, hey, look, so I'm just trying to understand, exactly where you're at in your business, and potentially, like, if I could help you. And all I ask is that at the very end, you tell me yes or no if this would be something you're interested in. Do you want to continue? That kind of thing. Would you be against continuing? So you have to really, really focus on the words that you use and the way that you use it, because people are more likely to say no more likely than they say yes. So if you say no more than you say yes, you have to frame it from a standpoint where they say no. If they say yes, it's harder to say a yes than it is to say a no. So if they say no, then that's exactly what you want. You want to frame it from the point, would you be against getting into a meeting? No, I wouldn't be against getting into a meeting. It's the negative connotation. It's like it's framing it from a negative standpoint, and that is very, very powerful in psychology. I've studied a lot of psychology going into business and everything, because a lot of it has to deal with psychology. A lot of social media stuff and marketing deals with psychology and how people make decisions, right? So I have to understand that, and that also plays into negotiating, talking to people, and trying to onboard clients as well. And then you'll go into essentially what their motivations are. Like, where are you trying to get to? What's the reason that you have this business? Like, why is it important that this succeeds for you? And then the situation, where they're at currently, what their goals are. So like, situation is like, okay, where are you at currently? Where's the business at? Tell me a little bit about it. What do y'all offer? Who are you working with? And then goals would essentially be like, okay, so where are you trying to head? Like, I know we briefly talked about it, but like what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go with your business? And then essentially after goals, it's roadblocks. What's stopping them from getting there? What's stopping them from actually getting to where they want to be in their business? And then essentially you'll summarize everything you talked about. Their motivation, why they do it, the situation they're in currently, their goals, and the reason that they aren't where they need to be. And then that's when you'll offer, like, hey, look, from everything we talked about, I think it'd be a good fit if we started to collaborate together and partner together, and I could offer you that solution. I know you're trying to get here, and I have a good understanding of exactly what it is that we could change right now and today to make you more money tomorrow, right? Like, it's like not going to happen overnight, of course, but like, it's like framing it from the standpoint of like, yeah, we're trying to make shit happen fast. And then after that, you'll give them the offer, and then they'll ask what the price is, and you'll give them the price. And this is when you just tell them the price and just shut the fuck up. You just say nothing. You say nothing, and it works. I promise, it works. Okay, and follow up. So after the call, follow up with a summary of what you discussed and propose next steps. Pretty easy, right? Just kind of summarizing what y'all talked about, like, hey, John, great conversation. Summarizing what y'all talked about. I'll send over that information that you requested real quick. I'll also send over the contract. What is that? Oh my gosh. I don't know what that was, but essentially writing the contract, send over the contract, and send over the Stripe as well to be able to then close them officially. You have them sign the contract. Once you sign the contract, then they should then go in and pay you on your Stripe at the price that you negotiated, right? And then you have to remember that each step is fit for your brand's voice. You have to you are representing yourself, you are representing your business, you are representing the people in your business. So you have to make sure that everything correlates with that. The posts on your social media, as well as maybe I'm not the best judge of that, because I have my own personal pictures and everything on my feed, and then I have my my more business oriented content on my reels, right? So for me, it's more like my personal life, showing who I am and what I'm about. And maybe it may not be the most professional thing, but I'm not trying to position myself as this super professional business guy. I'm trying to position myself as a young guy trying to get after it, trying to make things change and help people along the way to essentially do what it is that they want to do and live the life that they wish to live. I'm just trying to help, right? You see, I'm just in a sweatshirt. I would be in polos or button-up shirts every day if I was trying to do that, but I'm not, and that's not me. So I show my personality on my Instagram. I show who I am on my Instagram, but you also have to remember that you are representing your business and the people in your business. So you just have to be very, very smart about what you post and how you post it, because one wrong post could drive people away from you, right? And that is Instagram outreach. I won't actually be able to show y'all. I won't be able to show y'all how to actually do DMs right now because I'm live streaming on Instagram. So I can't take that down and then go into the DMs. But essentially, maybe later down the line, I will release a video on exactly how I do that, so y'all can tell how I do that and kind of get an idea and a feel for it, so you can take it for yourself and roll with it, right? Okay, so next is going to be LinkedIn outreach, and this is going to be a very, very short one because this is, I feel like, a little more advanced once you have your ICP, you've worked with some clients maybe, and you have something to show for, as well as you have some kind of understanding and specialty within your industry to be able to share information, provide information, and communicate with other people that actually have an interest in what you talk about, what you do. So as far as LinkedIn outreach goes, this is how I do it. So first off, it's the same thing. You want to go to your LinkedIn. You want to go to your LinkedIn and build out your profile. You want to build out your profile and make sure that it looks solid, right? So of course I have built out my own graphics. I've built out my own AI pictures, and I've put in all the information about me. And you can see I post pretty often on here. I'm decently active on LinkedIn. So see if this even loads. I don't know if it's going to load, but it's I'm decently active on LinkedIn, and I'm consistently talking about AI. I'm consistently talking about marketing, right? Because that's the two things that I essentially do in business. And then I also shout out the podcast, the broadcast as well, and the different articles that I write, and just the different things that I'm showing and people I'm getting in conversation with. So the way that you want to do this, once you've kind of built out and show that you are an actual person and actually doing stuff and you're not like a bot, because there's a lot of those nowadays, and people want to talk to people. People don't want to talk to AIs. They don't want to talk to bots. They don't want to, because it's superficial and they feel that. So they want the connection. So once you have the activity on here and you've posted a decent amount, and you don't even have to post a lot, just start posting something, join a group, start talking and communicating with people in the same industry as you, or even the ICPs. You want to start connecting with the people that you're looking to work with, right? So if you're looking to work with somebody in the fashion industry, no, I'm gonna actually go more for what I do. We'll just say AI. So people in the AI industry, they're going to show up here. They're going to show up here, and you can see essentially the different groups, the different people that talk about certain things, right? And you can just start interacting with these people. And some of these are actually my connections, but If you search up and you don't have any connections in that industry, it will show you a bunch of different things that you can go for. What? Content creator with AI experience. Damn, okay, this would actually be a good one. So this goes into the next thing. So essentially with LinkedIn, once you're connecting with people and messaging people as well, what you want to do is you want to go in and you want to find these jobs. You want to look up these jobs that are associated with what you offer, right? And here, I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back to this later. This is not a good example. Let's go back to jobs. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in and essentially, let's say social media marketing. Yeah. So we'll go with that. Social media marketing. So I'm looking up the jobs and trying to see who is needing what, because like I was saying, I'm going to say this 1,000 times and I'll probably say it 1,000 more times. Sell to people that need what you are offering. Do not sell things to people that don't need what you offer. You're wasting your time and your energy. So with that, people are posting and actively posting jobs, trying to look for people to fulfill these roles. So in this is how I do the outreach on LinkedIn and try to get in conversation, right? So I'll look up the jobs and I will go into remote because I'm not gonna try and look for jobs that I have to go in person. It doesn't make sense, right? And then let's see, all filters. Where is it? Entry level, that doesn't matter. Company, okay. And then for job type, I put contracts because essentially we're trying to get contracts. We're trying to get contracts and we're trying to actually be able to onboard somebody into your business rather than trying to join somebody else's business, right? So let's also go to, there's another filter we need to put on, LinkedIn Easy Apply. I can see it here, but here we go. There we go, Easy Apply. So normally what these have is it'll showcase, let's see, give me a good example. So it'll showcase somebody that is actually hiring for this job. So $55 a month, what is that? I feel like that's wrong. That's gotta be wrong. But essentially, 45 to 55 an hour, that is not bad. Plus benefits and a 401k. So that's pretty solid. But essentially what you're gonna wanna do is you can apply for this if you want. If you have a resume and you want to apply for this to actually obtain that contract through the, what do you call it? The normal workflow. I do things a little bit differently. So I apply. I don't need to apply, but I'd go to the person that's actually hiring. And I can see her here, right? Claudia. And talent acquisition specialist at Crystal Equation. Let's see, Crystal Equation. So full-time talent acquisition. She's been there for 1 year and 8 months. So she has a grip on things. So I can definitely go ahead and I'll click more and I'll click connect and I'll add a note. Hey, I saw the job posting. Oh shit. Hey, I saw the job posting for social media marketing with, what was it? Crystal. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Forget the name of their company. I saw the job posting for social media marketing. Oh my gosh, I cannot type today. All right. Hey, I saw the job posting for social media marketing. I want to connect to discuss my interest in this role. Something along those lines. Just getting in conversation with them, just trying to, you could even just say, hey here, but I don't suggest that because LinkedIn is a lot more direct and it's a lot more business oriented. It's not like social media like Instagram or TikTok where you potentially talk to people and it's not about business. LinkedIn is all about business. It's all about professionalism. So I would say you're trying to essentially build out a reputation on LinkedIn as a professional in what you do, showcase what you offer and what it is that you are doing in your business, and talking about those relevant topics to that, to be able to have other people that may be interested in what you do actually be able to come to you. That's a way of doing inbound outreach, or inbound marketing, not outreach, but inbound marketing. So it's like people coming to you rather than going to find people. That's one avenue. But this is also doing outreach. So you have to remember that LinkedIn is professional. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna copy this, take it into the AI, and say I want this to be all right. So I am messaging a hiring manager for a role I am interested in. I want this to be more professional. Hey, I saw the job posting for social media marketing. I want to connect to discuss my interest in the role. And then we're going to send it. Send it. And then just wait for it, of course. If y'all don't use ChatGPT, I don't know what you're doing, man. This shit's a lifesaver. It's like probably the best thing to use right now. And if you're not using it, I am very sorry. I'm very sorry. That's unfortunate. So I'm just going to go with, I'll just be like, hey, I recently came across a social media marketing job posting and am eager to connect with you to discuss my keen interest in this role. I'm going to just say my interest in this role. I believe my skills and expertise. I'm just going to take this one sentence. It doesn't even have to be anything complex. It's just got to be showcasing what it is you're trying to say. So I'm going to be like, hey, I came across a social media marketing job posting and I'm eager to connect with you to discuss posting. And yeah, I'll keep I am eager. So I'm just going to send it, and that's all it is. And then you just wait for them to connect with you in your network and actually get back to them. I have a few people that are trying to message me right now. Actually, no messages, unless I'm tripping. Why is this? Yeah, now I have a few. Yeah, no, I'm not responding. Sorry, buddy. not gonna happen. And essentially, that's LinkedIn outreach. That's like different forms of outreach that you're able to do without having to spend any money. You just have to make the accounts and put in the energy to actually make them look good, And with that, outreach it has to be personalized. It has to be personalized, and it has to feel more personal to the person you're talking to, right? So maybe mention something that you saw on their LinkedIn page, or potentially even in their Instagram, something that you liked or you didn't like, or even if you're cold calling, you could mention something like that. I mean, I don't recommend that on cold calling. Cold calling is a little bit different. It's not as personalized, I would say, especially when you're just trying to get them into a meeting, but then the meeting would be personalized, right? You're just trying to get them into a discovery call so you can explain what you do and how you can improve their business, what you see from your standpoint and your expertise, and how you can help them get to that next level. So outreach is super, super important. This is one of the most important skills that you have to learn if you're trying to actually be an entrepreneur. You have to know how to sell, have to be able to sell yourself, sell the service that you offer, sell your business and your expertise and your specialty in these fields. So if you don't know how to do outreach, you have to learn. And this is, I hope, going to help y'all learn and better understand how to do this. And I will find a way to be able to provide y'all with all of the information that I showcased here in a written form, so you're able to actually take that and use it for yourself, because I like to share and spread the knowledge. Knowledge is power, and I want all of us to become powerful and wealthy in our own ways, doing what we love to do. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for today, everybody. I really appreciate all of y'all, and I will see y'all again tomorrow, Saturday. So I'll see y'all on Monday, episode 12 of Broadcast Delta, Monday, 11 a.m. CST. I will see y'all there, and take care. You got Benny here.